Hey folks, welcome back. We're here for you again and bringing the coolest vibes of NBA for you all. The Bulls signed guard Shaquille Harrison to provide depth to a rotation that is missing its best perimeter defender in Chris Dunn and is lacking playmaking, ball handling when Zach LaVine gets a rest. So far, the results have been positive. Though Harrison hasn't shown a tremendous amount of promise in terms of being a playmaker, he provides a solid option in the backcourt due to his defensive fundamentals. Let's move forward with our video and have a look at the top 10 things you didn't know about Shaquille Harrison. So, let's begin. But before we proceed further, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, do hit that subscribe button so that you won't be missing out on any future NBA content. Number 10. Birth and college. Shaquille Harrison was born on October 6, 1993. A 6'4" guard from Kansas City, Missouri, Harrison played college basketball at Tulsa, turning down an offer from Kansas to play football. He was a 4-year starter for the Golden Hurricane. As a senior, he was named American Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Scholar Athlete of the Year after averaging 14.8 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 4.1 assists per game, while maintaining a 3.135 grade point average. He is the only player in Tulsa history to register 1,300 points, 400 assists, and 200 steals in his career. However, he struggled with his shooting, hitting 19.5% of shots from behind the arc and 63% of his free throws. Number 9. Career road to NBA. After going undrafted in the 2016 NBA Draft, Harrison signed with the Phoenix Suns on September 25, 2016. However, he was later waived by the Suns on October 10th. On October 31, 2016, he was acquired by the Northern Arizona Suns of the NBA Development League as an affiliate player of Phoenix. In the team's season opener on November 12, 2016, Harrison scored an equal team-high 20 points in a 122-106 win over the Iowa Energy. On February 21, 2018, the Phoenix Suns signed Harrison to a 10-day contract. 2 days later, he made his NBA debut, recording 4 assists and 4 steals in a 128-117 loss on October 21, 2018. Harrison was signed by the Chicago Bulls, replacing the spot previously held by Omar Asikis. Number 8. 4 steals. It's also the fate of players like Harrison, a 4-year starter who wasn't drafted in 2016. His brother is a Major League Baseball player and he could have been a scholarship football player at Kansas. He went on to play most of 2 seasons with the Suns' G League team and then seemed set for this season when Brandon Knight was traded. Harrison performed well with the Suns last season, averaging 6.6 points in 23 games, playing about 16 minutes, and became the first NBA player in a decade to start his career with multiple games of at least 4 steals. Harrison is a wiry 6'4" guard who shoots left-handed. He's regarded as a bright top collegiate athlete, defensive-orientated player who is not a good shooter. In many ways, he resembles Dunn with long arms, more of an interior game and hustle on the perimeter, and with also an unlikely route to the NBA, though not as a top lottery draft pick. Number 7. Simple stunting. Harrison racks up a lot of steals, but it's more impressive due to the fact that he is not gambling for steals too often, that is getting out of position to try to strip a player you aren't guarding. He picks up a decent amount of steals by digging, which is a basketball term for applying pressure with a second player without making it a true double team. Simple stunting, jumping towards an offensive player to mimic pressure, or digging would help the Bulls prevent many of the easy drives to the rim they give up. Number 6. Defensive stake. A big part of successful NBA defense is making the opposition think that you are committing to one thing before executing something else, and the Bulls' defense does little to keep the opposition on their toes. The aggressiveness of Harrison in on- or off-ball defense has serious potential to be contagious to the Chicago roster, and even more so once Dunn returns. We don't know if we'll ever see Hoiberg trot out the Dunn-Harrison pairing, or if that duo could do enough to spur on a change over a big sample size in the overall team defense, but the basketball world has definitely started to pick up on his 110% effort on the struggling Bulls. Keep yourself tuned in as we discover 5 more amazing facts with you all. And hope you guys are enjoying the video, and if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, do it now in order to make sure that you don't miss out on any future NBA content from now on. Number 5. Standout athleticism. Harrison is a defensive wrecking ball nonetheless, or maybe a heat-seeking missile would be more appropriate. Shaq's deceptively stretchy wingspan and standout athleticism make him a terror in passing lanes, and his radar for loose balls plus the energy to both create and chase them is nearly unmatched. Deft hands and shifty footwork around screens have led to quite a few pokeouts and swipe-down blocks in his young NBA career. A bevy of advanced metrics, though, derived from a tiny sample size, back up Shaq's impact. ESPN's Defensive Real Plus Minus rated him 3rd amongst point guards in 2019 and 20, 1 spot behind Chris Dunn and 2 ahead of Chris Paul. Number 4. Areas to improve. The flip side of the small sample size qualification is that it's difficult to say definitively that Harrison's defensive impact would translate to a larger load. Labeling him a less expensive version of the Chris Dunn archetype is more complicated than it seems. Shaq is a pest, not a stopper, but that's not a fault of his, or a symptom of his role. One area Harrison can go about significantly improving his value in the modern NBA is by refining his jumper. Talk about a small sample, still it pulled his season-long mark to 38.1%, and he looked increasingly comfortable rising and firing. Number 3. Ceiling projection. Harrison's peskiness is undeniably noticeable and borderline admirable, but it's unclear how much it might translate to a larger role. With a turn towards league-average jump shooting, he should continue to be a fine defensive specialist capable of hounding an opponent's best guard or wing for spot minutes. The Bulls find themselves with a glut of energy guards in him. Dunn and Ryan Arcidiacono. Only Arch is under contract for next season. It's probably a bit soon to speculate too far into the new front office regime's opinion on Shaq, but rolling with all 3 on the roster for much longer might not make a ton of sense given the Bulls' position. Number 2. Brings defense in starting role. Harrison contributed 6 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals and 3 assists, and 1 block across 36 minutes Sunday in the Bulls' 110-107 loss to the Nets. After averaging 21 points on the 63.6% shooting from the field the previous 2 games, Harrison unsurprisingly saw his offense take a step back, but he continued to shine defensively. Harrison has picked up 5 straight starts with wing players like Zach LaVine, Ryan Arcidiacono, Chandler Hutchinson and Chris Dunn all missing action of late, but only LA Vine's return will likely represent a major threat to Harrison's fantasy utility in the near future. If LaVine remains out for Tuesday's game against the Cavaliers, Harrison should again make for an appealing streaming option for defensive stats. And number 1. Stays hot. Harrison racked up 25 points, 4 rebounds and 4 assists and 3 steals, and 2 blocks during March's 108-102 loss to the Pacers. After scoring a season-high 17 points, Harrison promptly established a new best. He hit 17 midway through the 3rd quarter and continued firing. Clearly profiting from Zach LaVine's vacated shares of the offense, Harrison still isn't a compelling play, but the continued production and defensive acumen may begin to lend credibility to help as a streaming option. Even while registering just 484 minutes over 43 games in 2019-20, Shaq left fingerprints all over the appearances he made, a testament to his stay-ready attitude and status as a splendid high-energy reserve and, by all accounts, a great practice player at that. His burst in bunnies adds some fun to his transition opportunities, granted a bit of breathing room. So what are your thoughts on this player? Let us know your answers in the comment section below. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and thumbs up if you've liked it. And do hit that subscribe button so that you won't be missing out on any interesting videos from now on.